Hey, it's Kevin McCarthy and welcome to another day in real estate. So I have some buyer advice for you. And first let me set some context as to my knowledge around this short sales and foreclosures. Back in 2003 actually, when I got licensed, it was right at the end of the dot-com bubble, so to speak. I mean, Austin has gone through multiple cycles, and in my 25 years in real estate, I've seen several different things here. So when I first got into the real estate business, we were dealing with buyers that had bought high and selling, attempting to sell in a market where they weren't going to get everything that they could get for their house. Lenders were having to take less for the property than what was owed on it. That's a short sale. Simple math, got a house that was purchased for $250. It'll now sell for $200. They may have put $30,000 down. After closing costs and everything, they're going to be $50,000 in the red on that. The bank note on it is $220, and the net on it is going to be $175,000 or something like that. The bank's going to have to agree to take less on it than what's owed. That is a short sale. It is a long, drawn-out process. We're starting to see some of those come into this market. And it's drastically different than what we saw in 2003 and then again in, say, 2007, 2008 timeframe. Because people were required to put more money down. And we're seeing some investors short selling that actually had put 20% down in the market. I mean, you have some properties that have dropped 25% in something that was bought for $400 and will only sell for $300 right now, and they're just deciding to let it go. It's a small amount of short sale, but they're still short selling. So I'm starting to see some of those. Generally out there, if it's too good to be true, or if it looks like it's too good to be true, that may be a short sale, because it's typical for people to list a property, or agents to list a property low to attract something, because they have to have it under contract in order to submit to the bank for short sale, to get the short sale process started. So once they have it under contract, they can submit to the bank can work their numbers. What it's in contract for is almost never what it's going to actually wind up selling for. Whoever is the contract on that, the first contract, if they remain in contract, is the contract that gets it through the short sale process. Then the bank, they'll do their appraisals and their broker price opinions and stuff like that and get down and grind into a number that they will accept at the short sale level. That buyer then can either accept the property the way that it is for the short sale at that price if they still want to move forward, or the deal falls apart, but then the listing agent knows what they have to get in order to sell that property to satisfy the bank's requirements. So, sometimes the deal falls apart, sometimes they stick in the deal depending on how they felt about it. So as a buyer, you really need to be aware that these are out there, and it's cyclical. Real estate is cyclical. So we're seeing it in today's market. If you need specific help, or you have specific questions about what you're seeing, or you see something interesting, reach out to me. I'm always happy to talk to you about this. I started my business on short sales. Actually, my second listing in the real estate business was a short sale listing. My first was too, because it was my own property. That's a long story, and we can get into it. I got into this business dealing with short sales because that dot-com crash also got me too. The foreclosures, we are seeing those, but those are kind of trailing. Those will kind of trail the short sales, because people will try everything that they possibly can in order to avoid foreclosure most of the time. There's always been foreclosures, but I think we're going to see a little bit of a backlog coming up. It's not necessarily, it just is cyclical. It is the way that it is, right? And so make sure that you have somebody that you trust and knows this process if it's something that you want to go after, because it's very, very complicated to deal with a short sale. There's a lot of things that fall into place when dealing with that, and there's a lot of changes that happen while you're under contract and choices that you have to make in order to move this thing forward. It's also time consuming. So it's not like your typical 30 to 45 day close. right? It could take 6 months. So that's my buyer advice on what's going, what we're seeing. And if you see something that is too good to be true, it generally is. But I'm Kevin McCarthy. I'm here for you. I'm out in the field every day seeing these things. So if you have questions about short sales, or you're seeing a foreclosure and you want more information, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always happy to talk. It's Kevin McCarthy with Savvy Real Estate Group. Peace.